Widget's Batting Lesson, written by Lynn Heffley, illustrated by Steve McGinnis. "Let's play t-ball," said Coby. "Okay," replied Lily. "We only have 5 players, though," she added, pointing at their friends, Greg, Camden, and Sasha. "I bet my friend Widget would play," offered Coby. "Who's Widget?" asked Sasha. "Widget is Coby's silly imaginary friend," laughed Greg. "It's not imaginary. Just because you haven't seen him doesn't mean he doesn't exist," shouted Coby. "Well, how come we haven't seen him?" asked Camden. "He's just shy and doesn't understand the way we do a lot of things," said Coby. "That's not a problem. We will teach him," insisted Lily. "Let's go find him and ask him to play." "We don't need to find him, Lily," said Coby. "He is always nearby. I just need to call him." So Coby let out a loud, shrill whistle and then whispered, "Hey, Widget, do you want to come out and play?" "Hi, Coby," said a voice that came from out of nowhere. "Where is he?" asked Greg, spinning around to see where the voice came from. "I don't see anyone," exclaimed Sasha. "Come on out, Widget. These are my friends. They want you to play t-ball with us," explained Coby. Suddenly, a loud crackling sound filled the air, followed by an orange puff of smoke. When the smoke cleared, there stood a 4-foot-tall purple alien. He had blonde hair and pointy ears. He looked to be about 7 years old, with the cutest dimples and big brown eyes. He wore a baseball jersey and sneakers with a silver star. "Awesome!" cheered Camden. "He is so cool. Let's see if he can hit a baseball." Coby winked at Widget, put the ball on the tee, and handed him the bat. "Go ahead, hit it," directed Greg. Widget grabbed the bat by the thick end and held it out. "No," giggled Lily. "Grip the bat on the other end." So Widget slid his hands to the thin end with his right hand at the bottom and his left hand in the middle. "No, Widget, your hands need to be together on the bat, and your right hand needs to be on top if you're right-handed," Coby demonstrated. Widget smiled, shook his head, switched his hands, and slid them together. "Now hit the ball," encouraged Sasha. So Widget raised the bat high over his head and smashed it down on top of the ball, knocking it to the ground. Smash! "No," they all chuckled. "You need to hit the ball on the side, not on the top," said Camden. Widget scratched his head, stepped up close to the ball, brought the bat back behind the ball, and hit it just above his hands. Thud! "No," they cried again. "You are too close. Back away," instructed Coby. So Widget backed away and took another swing, only to miss the ball entirely. "Not that far, Widget. Look here on the bat. See the middle of the fat part of the bat? That's called the sweet spot. That's where the ball should hit. Line yourself up with the ball so that when you swing, the ball will contact there," instructed Coby. Widget reached out with the bat, placed it behind the ball, and stepped back until his arms were straight. "Perfect," praised Lily. "Now, bring the bat back over your right shoulder with your elbow up." Widget did as he was told, and they all agreed that he looked just like a professional baseball player. "Now, swing the bat and don't forget to keep your eye on the ball," coached Camden. Widget scratched his head, and his eye popped out and sat on the ball. "Oh no," they cried while falling to the ground in a fit of laughter. What Camden meant was that you need to watch the bat hit the ball so you don't miss it, clarified Coby. Widget shook his head up and down. He started from the beginning. First, he picked up the bat at the thin end with his right hand on top of his left hand. He held the bat out straight and lined the ball up with the sweet spot on the bat. With his elbow up, he brought the bat back over his shoulder. The whole gang gave him a thumbs up and said check with each correct step he took. Okay, you're ready, said Coby. Swing the bat and watch it hit the ball. Widget took a deep breath, stepped forward with his front foot, and swung the bat while keeping his eye on the ball. Wow, screamed the gang. Up, up, and away the ball went, flying high over the fence, above the trees, and onto the roof of the school. Widget flew high into the air and spun around. I did it! I did it! He screeched and tumbled back to earth. Is Widget ready to bat? A. Yes, Widget is ready to bat. B. No, Widget needs to put his other hand on top. C. No, Widget needs to put his hands together. Or D. No, Widget needs to do both B and C. The answer is D. No, Widget needs to do both B and C. Is Widget hitting the ball in the correct spot? A. Yes, Widget is hitting the ball in the correct spot. B. No, Widget is too far away from the tee. C. No, Widget is too close to the tee. Or D. No, Widget needs to move the tee higher. The answer is C. No, Widget is too close to the tee. Greg is pointing to a spot on the bat where the batter should hit the ball. What is this spot called? A. Greg is pointing at the cake spot. B. Greg is pointing at the sweet spot. C. Greg is pointing at the hot spot. Or D. Greg is pointing at the magic spot. The answer is B. Greg is pointing at the sweet spot.